Hello everybody, welcome back to our playthrough of Neverwinter Nights, the original campaign. We are here now in Chapter 4, and we have just entered, currently in Castle Never. We have to talk to Lord Nasher and Aarin again real quick.
We meet again. As you know, I am Nasher Alagonda, Lord of Neverwinter. I was once an adventurer like you, though that was long ago. Aarin Gend tells me you have done much in the defense of our city. For this I thank you, though I fear it was all in vain. Erebeth knows our defenses too well. We could not stand against her forces. The enemy has breached our walls. All is lost.
Do not give up hope, my lord. We still have the words of power, after all.
And what good has that done, Aarin? We have no way to use them. Whatever magic is locked within those stone tablets is of no use to us.
Perhaps Haedraline will reveal their secret to us, if you release her from the dungeons.
I don't trust that creature, Aarin, and neither should you. We have done her no harm. If she was truly our ally, she would tell us what she knows.
Haedraline told us about the secret door beneath Castle Never. Without her, we would never have found the Source Stone.
And what good has that done, Aarin? That creature won't tell us anything about it. The Source Stone is as useless to us as the words of power.
Perhaps Haedraline will speak to our champion. She has spoken with them before.
Enough, Aarin. Now, if you want to speak to Haedraline, you are free to do so. But I will not release her from the dungeon while an enemy is within our city gates. Personally, I think this is all a waste of time. Words of power, the Source Stone, Haedraline. What good is this against Erebeth's army? Our fate is sealed. We are all doomed.
Lord Nasher, may I ask you some questions?
After all you have done for the city, the least I can do is answer your questions. Although Gend probably knows more than I do.
What can you tell me about Haedraline?
We captured the lizard woman slinking around the city shortly after Luskan attacked. After Erebeth's betrayal, I'm not too trusting. So we are keeping her locked in a cell in a dungeon. She was hissing and babbling about Mogrim wanting the words of power and the Source Stone, but we couldn't get much else out of her. She's half mad, I fear, and doesn't seem to trust us. Gend seems to think she might trust you, though. You're free to speak with her in the dungeons if you wish.
Alright, well, he just said where Haedraline is, so we won't ask him that. Can you let her out of the dungeon?
I'm sorry, but I won't do that. Not while there's an enemy inside the city. She might be an ally, but it's just as likely she's a spy. Besides, we aren't doing her any harm, only keeping an eye on her. And if she has information to help us, she should be willing to share it whether we keep her in prison or not.
Yeah, let's ask him something else.
Can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
What can you tell me about the words of power that were brought here earlier?
I've given them to Master Ford, Chief Archaeologist of Neverwinter. He seems to think there's some link between the words and the Source Stone. Initially, I hoped he could figure out how to unleash their power. But even as wise as Master Ford is, he hasn't been able to learn anything more about the words of power or the Source Stone.
Where can I find Master Ford?
Since we discovered the Source Stone in the secret chambers beneath Castle Never, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it. You can go speak to him to see what he's discovered if you wish. Though you might have more luck getting information from that creature Haedraline if you can get her to talk.
Alright.
Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
What can you tell me about the Source Stone?
When we first captured Haedraline, she said something about the Source Stone and secret chambers beneath Castle Never. She sounded half crazy, but I thought it was worth looking into. I put Master Ford, Neverwinter's leading archaeological expert, in charge of the search. He unearthed the previously undiscovered chamber beneath the castle. Inside was an enormous crystalline boulder, the Source Stone. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford. Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
What's the latest news from the battle lines?
The reports are grim. In the initial assault, Luskan overwhelmed us with sheer numbers and the unbridled ferocity of their attack. The defenders were forced to fall back to the city core. Erebeth knew our defenses too well, We never stood a chance. My troops are loyal, but against such odds, there's little hope. It's only a matter of time until Castle Never itself falls.
What if I could kill Erebeth and Mogram?
It is too late for that, I fear. Our defenses are already broken. The damage has been done. If Erebeth and Mogram were both slain, there is a chance it might break the spirits of the Luskan invaders. But I wouldn't count on it. The Luskans attacked with a rage and ferocity I have never seen before. Some sinister force drives our enemies forward. Or perhaps this is justice of a sort. Neverwinter may have brought this doom upon itself.
What do you mean?
The blood of Fenthic is on my hands. After the plague, the mob cried for blood, and I gave it to them. Fenthic was guilty only of trusting Desta. He was no enemy of Neverwinter. And yet I saw him hanged for failing to protect the city, as was his sworn duty. Can we really be so surprised Erebeth betrayed us after we executed her lover?
Perhaps you can atone for what you've done.
I fear it is too late for that. Fenthic is dead and Erebeth... Perhaps if I were given the chance to pass judgment again, I would act differently, more mercifully. But I fear that chance shall never come. I must live with the burden of what I have done, as must my city. Neverwinter will fall. Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
I'm interested in knowing more about you, Lord Nasher.
Once, I was an adventurer like you. Were the situation not so desperate, I would call upon the court bards to sing you tales of my exploits. But I am long since retired. I am ruler of Neverwinter now, and my life is one of administrative duties and the delegation of responsibility. Hardly the stirring stuff of legends. I miss those days of glory and heroism, but I gave them up to serve the city I love. Alas, my sacrifice was all in vain. Neverwinter will fall, and I can do nothing about it.
All right, that was the end of the question tree.
Of course,
So we've learned everything onward.
But before you go, maybe Gend is right. Maybe you should go speak to this Haedraline creature. I doubt it will do much good, but maybe, just maybe, she knows something that can save us. We're desperate after all. Any important information you come across should be reported directly to Aarin Gend. I've placed him in charge of the defense of the city.
Alrighty. That was quite a bit of information, but now we have the lay of the land as to what's going on here in Chapter 4. Let's talk to Aarin Gend real quick.
These are indeed dark times, though not so dark as Lord Nasher portrays them. The people of Neverwinter are made of sterner stuff than any of us imagine. But if Neverwinter is to survive, we must all play our part. My place is here by Lord Nasher's side. And your own part is one you know all too well. You must save Neverwinter once more, though how you might accomplish this I cannot say. Perhaps the creature Haedraline knows something of this.
Sorry, I fast-forwarded just a little bit to there. He said he must oversee every aspect of the defense of the city. Alright, let's ask him some questions.
I once knew every secret in this city, but these are turbulent times, and even I am left stumbling in the dark. Yet, I will tell you whatever I can.
What can you tell me about Haedraline?
She arrived here shortly after the third word of power was delivered to Castle Never. Lord Nasher suspected she was a spy, and had her imprisoned in the dungeons. After Erebeth's betrayal, he has grown overly cautious, and I fear it has made Haedraline mistrustful of us. She did tell us about the Source Stone beneath the castle, but nothing beyond that. Maybe you could try speaking to her. She trusts you, and I sense there's something important she's not telling us about the words of power and that Source Stone.
Alright, we won't bother asking him to let Haedraline out, since Nasher's already said no.
I'll do my best to help you.
Alright, what do you know about the words of power?
Lord Nasher gave them to Master Ford, chief archaeologist of Neverwinter. He believes there is a link between the words and the Source Stone, but Master Ford has not been able to learn anything more about the words of power or the Source Stone, unfortunately.
Alright, already know where Master Ford is.
I'll do my best to help you.
Let's see what he knows about the Source Stone.
Haedraline told us about the Source Stone and secret door beneath Castle Never. As Spy Master, I'm embarrassed to admit, I never suspected there were hidden chambers beneath our dungeons before this. When we found the stone, Lord Nasher put Master Ford, Neverwinter's leading archaeological expert, in charge of studying it. But so far, the Source Stone has refused to give up its secrets. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford. I'll do my best to help you.
All right. What's the latest news from the battle lines?
Things have calmed since the initial onslaught. The defenders fell back to the city core, but I do not know how long we will be able to hold it. We are badly outnumbered, and Erebeth knew every inch of this city. All her knowledge is being used against us now.
Let's see what he thinks about killing Erebeth and Mogram.
I doubt it would help. Erebeth has likely shared our every weakness with all her generals by now. If Mogram were killed, it might break the enemy's spirit. Though in truth that also seems unlikely. Normally Luskan forces are but cowards and raiders. They hit and run. This time, however, something is different. Some sinister force drives our enemies forward. And there is a pall lingering in the air. A dark cloud hanging over all the defenders and driving them to despair.
What do you mean?
Surely you must feel it. There is a shadow over Neverwinter. A curse that drags down morale and inspires our enemy. Perhaps on some level, the people of Neverwinter feel they deserve to suffer. I know Lord Nasher feels such guilt at least, for what happened to Fenvic.
Perhaps he can atone for what he's done.
For all our sakes, I hope he is given that chance. Is there something else I might do for you? I'll do my best to help you.
Real quick, I just want to ask him about the people who might come to our aid.
Things have called. We are badly outnumbered.
Is there no one who will come to our aid?
Reinforcements from the Lord's Alliance are on their way, but I do not know if we can hold out until they get here. You should speak to her. My instincts tell me that she is the key if Neverwinter is to be saved. And I have learned to trust my instincts.
Oops, kind of skipped over some of his dialogue there. You should speak to Haedraline before you go. Maybe she'll tell you something about the Source Stone or the Words of Power. Alright. Let's do just that. Before heading out of the castle, let's head downstairs. Talk to our, quote, prisoner, unquote.
Good day.
Just hold on there, sir. This here's the prison, and it's for the prisoners, see? You better be speaking to me if you want to be speaking to them. Lord Nasher sent me to interrogate the prisoner. Oh, you must be that man Nasher sent down, right? Go on in, sir. Thanks for unlocking the cell. Hey, quick, get away.
I have been waiting for you. These other warm bloods are weak. I do not trust them. They are weak, like the ones you call Erebeth and Mogrim. They cannot stand against the creators, now that Morag stirs within the Source Stone. Mogrim has unlocked the magic of the Words of Power. The Old Ones awake, and the world you know shall be no more.
But the Words of Power is safe here in Castle Never.
3 of the words are here in this castle. But there are 4 words of power in all. Mogrim has found the final word, strongest of them all. I came here to warn your people against Morag's return, but the Warm Bloods do not trust me. They cast me into this dungeon. Do not waste time trying to free me from this prison. It serves no purpose. Instead, you must help me stop Morag's return before the Old Ones awake and I am made a word slave once more.
What must I do?
The 4th word is close. I can feel its power. Mogrim and Erebeth brought it here to this city you call Neverwinter. Bring the word to me. I am Haedraline, leader of the Word Slaves. With the final word, I can break Morag's power and trap her forever inside the Source Stone.
I will return once I have the final word of power.
You must hurry. With each passing hour, Morag's power grows. Soon, I will not be strong enough to stop my queen from awakening her people.
Alright. Can't do too much dilly-dallying then. But first, we need more loot. Always need more loot.
Make this.
Alright, another sapphire. And we have to go talk to the archaeologist.
Now
Don't
see
mind
what
me.
a true warrior looks like.
Don't mind me. Oh, good. We got more ale. I don't think I have anybody to talk to right now, so let's put back on all of my combat gear. Alright. Man, they really just did not code dark vision very well.
Make this fight count. It will be.
There are definitely areas where I'm just totally in the dark, despite having dark vision. Alright, what you got for me? Scale mail +2, eh. Shuriken +3, eh. I'll take that, and that, and that. We don't have enough money. We only have 700-something thousand gold pieces. We're gonna try and make it 1,000,000 before we finish the game. We're gonna try and Dr. Evil up in this bitch. Pinky to the corner of our mouth and everything.
Make this fight count. It.
Alright. Looks like we got some peeps over here, holding torches, keeping an eye out. There's Master Ford, who we were told about, so let's talk to the other people first, since we already know mostly his story. Alrighty. How's it going, Esmeralda?
Well met.
I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. When I became an archaeologist, this was not what I had in mind. Master Ford is messing with things he doesn't understand. Things like that Source Stone are best left to wizards, not professors and their students. I need to see the Source Stone. You'll have to see Master Ford about that. I don't know why anyone would want to see that thing, though. There's something evil about that stone. I can feel it. I'd like to ask you some questions. Go ahead and ask your questions. I'll tell you whatever I know. Who are you? I am Esmeralda, one of Master Ford's students. He has me concocting filters of crushed gems, as he hopes that will give him some insight into the Source Stone. But this stone isn't like normal gems. We have no idea what we're getting into here, and I don't like it one bit. Who's Master Ford, and where can I find him? Right behind you, He's a well-known archaeologist, well-known in his field anyway. It's a rather small, tight-knit group. Most of them have died off, tampering with arcane treasures they've unearthed. Normally, Master Ford has the sense not to mess with magic, but he's fascinated by the Source Stone. That's him over there by the door. Who are you? I'm Esmeralda, one of Master Ford's students. Oh, we already did that. What do you know about the Source Stone? I know it's a thing of great power and great evil. I wish we had never found it. There's something alive inside. That's what Master Ford says. You'd think that would make him more cautious, but he's behaving very strangely. It's like the stone has some strange hold over him. Where are the words of power? They're with the Source Stone. Master Ford thinks they might help unlock the secrets of what's inside. Personally, there are some secrets I prefer not to know. Alright, later. You should go speak to Master Ford. Maybe you can talk some sense into him and get him to give this all up. Alright, next up. Cletus.
Hello there.
Huh? What? Oh, you startled me. I was rather engrossed in these manuscripts Master Ford had me reading over. Fascinating reading. These documents date from the time of the Greater Race, if you can believe that. Hopefully, they'll give us some insight into the Source Stone we unearthed. I need to see the Source Stone. Yes, well, you'll have to speak to Master Ford about that. Now, is there something else I can get, or can I get back to my parchment and tomes? Let's ask some questions. Master Ford always harps upon the value of sharing our knowledge with others, so I suppose I should answer your questions. Who are you? I'm Cletus, if you must know. Master Ford's most promising student. He even told me so himself. Who's Master Ford and where can I find him? Master Ford is only the most famous archaeologist in all of Neverwinter. He spent the better part of 50 years unearthing items of great historical significance. But he's never unearthed anything like this before. I'm honored he chose me to help uncover the secrets of the Source Stone. That's him, over there by the door. What do you know about the Source Stone? The stone contains immense power and radiates a widespread but gentle warmth throughout the whole city. That's the reason why it's Neverwinter in Neverwinter. Other than this, we know very little, but Master Ford has several interesting theories. You should speak to him about them. Where are the words of power? They're with the Source Stone, of course. Master Ford feels their power is the key to unlocking the secrets within. Perhaps you should speak to him about it. Alright, later. Finally, I can return to these manuscripts. They're far more interesting than you, I must say. Yeah, screw you, buddy.
Greetings. I am Master Ford, head archaeologist of Neverwinter. Lord Nasher mentioned someone might be coming to investigate the Source Stone.
COVID quarantine, isn't it? The Source Stone is truly a remarkable discovery, I must say. Fascinating. I've been an archaeologist for nearly half a century, and I've never come across anything like it before. I've tried to pry some of its secrets from Haedraline, the lizard creature Lord Nasher has imprisoned in the dungeons, but she doesn't seem to trust me. I need to see the Source Stone. Yes, of course. Why should I be the only one allowed to see it? It isn't mine, after all. Go right in and take a look if you want. I doubt it will do you much good, however. There doesn't seem to be any way to unlock the secrets of the stone. I thought the words of power might be the key, but they haven't done anything so far. Don't you think it might be dangerous to unlock the secrets of the Source Stone? You sound like my assistant Esmeralda. She wants nothing to do with the stone, but I am well aware of the risk involved. And yet, I cannot leave the stone alone. When awake, it consumes my thoughts, and at night, it haunts my dreams. It calls to me. It wants me to unravel the mysteries contained within. What do you know about the Source Stone? The stone radiates a magical heat, strong enough to keep the entire city warm, even in this chill climate, yet gentle enough that you can actually go right up and touch the stone itself. That is all we really know for certain. However, I have several theories based on my own examinations and extensive research into ancient manuscripts. Tell me your theories. My research indicates that there is an entire extraplanar realm within the gleaming crystalline surface, a nexus of many parallel worlds, a conduit linking alternate planes and universes with each other. And something lives within the Source Stone as well. Of that I'm certain. A powerful life force emanates from the stone, probably from the inhabitants of the soul extraplanar realm. The lizard creature Haedraline could probably tell you more if she wanted to, but when I tried to speak with her, she refused to answer my questions. I don't think she trusts me. How come nobody noticed the stone down here before? It was only after the lizard creature Haedraline told us of the Source Stone's existence that we began to search beneath the dungeons of Castle Never for hidden passages. We found the secret door easily enough then. It's almost too easy, considering nobody ever noticed it before. It's almost like the Source Stone itself wants to be found now. Where are the words of power? They're with the Source Stone. I thought there might be the key to unlocking its secrets, but they didn't work. Perhaps something is missing. The Source Stone is surrounded by 4 pedestals. I placed a word of power on each pedestal, but of course there were only 3 words. I suspect there is a 4th word that is necessary to unlock the Source Stone. 4 pedestals, 4 words of power. Just a theory, of course, but a fairly logical conclusion. Right he is. How come nobody ever noticed the stone down here before? Oh, whoops, just did that one. Who are you again? Let's just be mean. I'm Master Ford, Neverwinter's foremost expert in ancient artifacts and historical treasures. In short, an archaeologist. When the Source Stone was discovered beneath Castle Never, Lord Nasher wisely appointed me to investigate its secrets. What I have uncovered so far has been fascinating. Alright, later. Feel free to speak to me again anytime, COVID quarantine. I'm always eager to discuss the Source Stone. Alright, let's go take a look. Alright, just a little bit of gold, and oh my, oh me. There you go. That is a creepy pillar. And an eyeball. A voice speaks softly to you as you near the Source Stone. Recover the last word, and you will have access to the Source Stone. Sorry for people that don't like whispers. Hopefully that'll be the only time I do that. Alright. Up, up, up we go. Now, if you want to save time and just miss out on some loot, you could just teleport to the Temple of Tyr in the city core. But we want to grab some loot on our way out.
For honor and glory!
For honor and glory. I wonder if the game will let us inform Aarin Gend about the fact that we're going to pursue Magram to find the fourth word of power. It's probably important. Let's see if it'll let us. Usually when I've played through this in the past, I'm not super focused on the dialogue, since I already know the main story. So I personally don't know what this will result in.
Organizing our remaining troops to withstand the next Luskan assault requires all my attention. If the enemy breaches the city core, we are lost. I am afraid I can only spare a few moments for you, though I will try to help you however I can.
Haedraline told me some information I think you should hear.
Haedraline does not trust us, I fear. Understandable considering the reception she received upon her arrival. You are the only one she is willing to speak to. Perhaps it would be best if you kept her secrets. If she wishes to share them with us, she will send for either Lord Nasher or myself.
That's a strange thing for a spy master to say.
I am more than just a spy master now. I am responsible for coordinating the entire defense of Neverwinter. I will not risk alienating a potential ally in Haedraline. I trust you, and I suspect that whatever information Haedraline has shared is something I cannot help you with in any case. If we had the manpower, I would place an entire company at your disposal. But I need every warm body on the battle lines just to keep Luskan from taking the city core. You will have to act on Haedraline's information on your own, I'm afraid. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I should be going now.
Yes, there is still much that must be done if Neverwinter is to be saved.
Alrighty, the dude asked us to keep him informed of, the going on stuff we find out, and then when I do, he says, no, keep it to yourself, bub. Whatever. I don't care that much. Alright, let's go outside. The city core. Oh my goodness, the fires are everywhere. Heck, this place looked about just as bad as when it was under the plague issue. Now, even though this is lit up, you cannot actually go inside. This dude's just shouting for Neverwinter. What's up, commoners? How's it going? Don't mind me. Just grabbing the 50 some odd gold pieces inside here. Now, before, you were able to go into this door in order to grab some stuff from the refugee center. That is no longer the case. It is locked. Alright, so here is the current situation within the Temple of Tyr. You still have your portal location in here. Still have this back room, which we find a Cloak of Protection +3. How nice. We of course have to grab these book piles. But there are no quests to pick up here. The only thing I'm doing is doing a quick looting, selling off my stuff, and then heading off into the city once more. One thing I don't like about this game is how short the fourth chapter is. There's not a lot of side quests, or even the main quest is kind of thin, to be honest. I kind of wish that they had spent a little bit more time and resources on this last act, fleshed it out more. There are a few dead patients back here that we can loot some stuff off of. Hey man, they don't need it anymore. I really gotta ask, who was this guy that had the greater spell mantle? Must have been like an arch wizard or something. Alright, let's go talk to Olaf real quick.
What do you want? Can't you see how busy I am? There are more dead and dying here than I could cure in a lifetime.
I need your services. Nice. Favorable. Alright. I need a grand total of none of this. Keeping my gargoyle boots. Keeping my other stuff. Alright, we want one of these. Hopefully that's not the one that's gonna... Nice. Didn't get erased from our hotbar. I don't think I have anything else to sell. For now. Oh, whoops. Forgot about these. Alright. Nothing important in here that I want to get rid of. Solid. Oh, actually... Greater cloak protection versus evil +5. Sure. I don't actually want to hold on to that. Alright, and of course he doesn't really have anything of use to us, being a, a cleric place and all. If you are a monk though, there are actually some good items here. There's the Boots of the Sun Soul +5, which gives you +5 dodge, modifier, and then +3 to dexterity, which you can use without sacrificing your boots' speed, because he also has the Robe of the Dark Moon, which gives you haste on your main body. And then Braces of Armor or Dexterity +5, or Braces of Armor +5. If you're a monk, both of those do good. Although you probably want the attack and damage bonus. In any case, onward to the rest of the city. Alright, and that is where I will call this episode. We'll explore the rest of the city core. There's just a few things to grab, and then we'll head off into the war zone next episode. I'll catch you guys later.